Hello again, everybody. Welcome back into the channel. This will be the second of the 4 openings that I got here for the pre-release kits. Phyrexia All Will Be One pre-release kits. Very fun kits. If you haven't had a chance to check out the last video, go back and check it out, and then subscribe to the channel so that you can keep updated on when I'm going to be opening up the rest of these. So, hope everyone is having fun with the set so far. This is actual release weekend by the time this will come out, or actually, I think it'll be a week after. So let me know how the set's kind of evolving. I know the mythics are pretty bombing in this set. I'm going to change it, focusing a lot on the Phyrexians and the big hitters for that. So let's go ahead and pick this one here and get right into it. Let me know what your experience is so far, if you got a chance to play an arena with these, if you got the chance to play in any sealed events, or what kind of cards you're looking for your commander set. So previous video we kind of went over the packaging here. Very cool. They've done a very good job with this eco-friendly packaging, but also keeping these pre-release kits on theme. I really like it. Get a chance, open up the kits. Poison counters on the back side here. You just have your planeswalker counters. You can put them on your planeswalkers, and then these little inserts here that you can punch out. And yeah, so I really like these kits. So far so good. Got a pretty good card in the last opening. Nothing crazy value wise. I mean, it doesn't hurt, but it's very awesome to get. So 1 in 12 chance, or 1 in 10 chance of getting a dice, a Phyrexian dice. So here we have just the black and white one. Or is it blue? It's blue. Black and blue. So last time we got the red and black. This one is the blue and black. Alright. Yeah, leave a like, comment down below. Let me know what you think of the set so far. Let me know if you've been watching any other videos. Let's see what we get here. Thrun, Breaker of Silence. So this is 3 and 2 red. So this is the callback to Thrun, the last troll. So it can't be countered. Has trample. It's a 5/5 for 5, and it can't be the target of non-green spells your opponents control, or abilities from non-green sources your opponents control. And as long as it's your turn, he has indestructible. So a lot of words on Thrun. Very cool. I have been wanting to build a kind of anti-blue, this creature can't be countered deck, and this guy would fit right in. 5/5 for 5, legendary creature, can't be countered. He gives a lot of other abilities as well. So very fun card. If you're not familiar with pre-release, go check it out. It's one of the, if you get the chance to do it, it's one of the events that I would highly recommend. Get a chance to see the cards for the first time, build decks, hang out with people that are really interested in Magic, and it's a great experience for everybody involved. Check out some cards ahead of time if you want to be prepared for the event, but if you like to go in there and be surprised and be excited about Magic, just kind of go in blind and have some fun. So 6 packs, let's go ahead and get cracked into it. So these come pre-release kits with 6 of the draft boosters, and typically you want to build a 40 card deck. Keep it kind of slim. The bread method is kind of the method that I follow. Bombs, removal, evasion, A, and then D, and then I can't really remember now, but I usually try to refresh myself when I go to the pre-release event, and I haven't gotten the chance to. I'm hoping to get some more opportunities this year to go. Let me know what your experience with Magic has been lately. I'm excited to hear everybody's story and see where they're at in the world of Magic. So Lattice Blade Mantis is our first common. Molten Rebuke. Cutthroat Centurion. I do enjoy the artwork in the sets. Phyrexian is a very cool place, although very dangerous for anyone that goes there if you haven't seen a lot of the creatures that come out of there, or the planeswalkers that don't happen to make their way out. Vivis Surgeon's Insight, Crawling Chorus, Predation Steward, Meldweb Curator, Mirror Custodian. So mirrors are back. A lot of things have spiked up because of the speculation from mirrors in this set. Hunter Maze, first for this pre-release kit of the common lands, so you can sack it to draw a card. Fun for the later game. Shieldred's Head Cleaver, so 3 and a black for a 2/4 menace with Toxic 2. Infectious Bite, deals damage equal to its power to target creature you don't control. Each opponent gets a poison counter, so a great fight mechanic, and it puts poison counters onto the battlefield, so very nice there. Trawler Drake, so evasion again, in blue. It's a 2 and a blue for a 0/0 flying. When it enters the battlefield, put an oil counter on it, and it gets +1/+1 for each oil counter on it. And whenever you cast a non-creature spell, put another oil counter on it. So this is great for cards that remove oil counters. As long as you keep casting spells, you can get those oil counters, and it's going to keep flying and getting bigger, hopefully, in blue. Alright, so Urbrass Anointer. Here we have the alternate art. Artifact creature Phyrexian Wizard. For 3, a red, and it's a 4/2. When it enters the battlefield, it deals X damage to target, where X is the number of permanents you control with oil counters on it. So it does require a little building around, but there are oil counters in the set. Hopefully give you removal attached to a creature. Not bad, not that great with 2 power, or 2 toughness, excuse me. Glissa. Alright, so call back. Phyrexian Zombie Elf, 1 a black and a green for a legendary creature, 3/3. First strike, death touch. Awesome combination of abilities. When it deals combat damage to a player, you choose one, draw a card, lose a life, destroy target enchantment, or remove up to 3 counters from target permanent. So this can remove counters from something that you have on your side of the battlefield or on your opponent's side. Great modal stuff there. First strike, death touch. 3/3. Usually they make these creatures kind of 1/1s or smaller when they give these kinds of abilities. Very nice rounded creature. Fun card to build around. And here we have the Phyrexian full art lands. Very cool. I am excited about this styling on this card and on these cards. This is one very nice card. We have our Rebel token there in the back. So if you're not familiar with what I do here on the channel, this will be part of the Brother-in-Law Brawl series, where I like to sit down with my brother-in-law and go head-to-head with pre-release kits and see which one comes out on top. My brother-in-law is pretty good at it. If you want to know how they turn out, leave a comment down below. I'll try and give you updates on who builds a better deck. Usually it's him, spoiler alert, but it's still fun. It's one of my favorite ways to play Magic. So first common, Thirsting Roots, Vraska's Fall, Hazardous Blast, Prologue to Phyrexia. Got Tamiyo there being completed and doing some experiments on a test subject. Gold Warden's Helm, Iker Spit Basilisk. Death Touch has always been one of my favorite mechanics in Magic the Gathering, and on these little creatures, I think it's really fun. Flensing Raptor, Meldweb Curator, Mirror Custodian again. I've been seeing a lot of repeats in the common slot for this kind of spot. And then Hunter Maze here again. Font of Progress. Looks like we have an alternate art card there in the back. That's kind of promising. Jawbone Duelist. 1 in white for a 1/1 double strike Toxic 1. So when it deals damage the first time, it's going to Toxic 1, and then it'll do Toxic 1 again. So it's almost like Poison 2. Very cool. Nimrazor Paladin. 4 in a black for a 4/4 Toxic 2. When it enters the battlefield, return target creature card with mana value of 3 or less from your graveyard to your hand. So black looks like it has a lot of recursion in this set. Very good mechanic to have and sealed. Ooh, very cool. Unctus Grand Metatect. For 1/2 blue, you get a 2/4 legendary artifact creature Phyrexian Vidalkin. Other blue creatures you control have, whenever this creature becomes tapped, draw a card, then discard. Other artifact creatures you control get +1/+1. And for Phyrexian blue mana, so you can either pay a blue or 2 life, until end of turn, target creature you control becomes a blue artifact in addition to its other colors and types. Activate only as a sorcery. So you can do that for as many creatures as you have, and be able to give them +1/+1, and then whenever you attack, you draw and then discard. This guy. Great Anthem effect, 2/4. 4 toughness is good on a creature like this. Alternative art, very cool to look at here. I like this styling, borderless, very cool. And then there's our full art forest. Very fun set to look at. And then we got a 2/2 drone, that token artifact creature. With Death Touch, whenever this creature leaves the battlefield, each opponent loses 2 life and you gain 2 life. So very cool mechanic there. I haven't seen a card that produces those. Yeah, very fun card. Let me know what cards you're picking up from the set. Like I said, I'm going to battle with my brother-in-law. I think it's a great way to sit down with friends to do this as well. Everyone kind of sits down on the same, price range. They have the same level of cards to the extent. You just have to use the cards that are in your sealed kit, and then it comes down to more of the deck building. It's not so much, pay to win kind of thing, like Commander has turned a lot into, or other formats. This is a fun event where everyone kind of sits down on the same level playing field. But Whisper of the Dross, our first common. Ichor Synthesizer. Orthodoxy Enforcer. 2/4 Vigilance for 3 and a white. And there's the... it gets +2/+0 as long as you control 2 or more artifacts. So it became a 4/4 fairly quickly. Branchlight Stalker. Furnace Strider. Experimental Augury. Rust Vine Cultivator. Planer's Disruption. Terramorphic Expanse, so another reprint there. Not quite Joy Moss from Bad Boy Gaming. This is not his card, but very similar. Ravenous Necrotitan. Tyvar Stand. Awaken the Sleeper. Red Sun's Twilight. So they made a Twilight for each color, and this has X for X and 2 red. Destroy up to X target artifacts if X is 5 or more for each artifact destroyed this way. Create a token that's a copy of it. Those tokens gain haste and exile them at the beginning of the next end step. So this can be pretty powerful and pretty crazy, especially if you can cast it for 7. But very cool. And then we got Awaken the Sleeper again as our foil uncommon. So we gain control of target creature until end of turn. Untap that creature. It gains haste until end of turn. If it's equipped, you may destroy all equipment attached to that creature. I have these active treason effects. I've always had a lot of fun with these too in Magic. One of my favorite decks that I played a lot in Standard was the budget kind of heroic back in Theros with Satyr Hoplite and a Crone Crusader. Very fun cards, but I used active treason in those decks as well, so very fun memories with those cards. Mountain and Phyrexian Might, there's our token. That's what Magic does when you get to play. Everyone's got one of those stories where they pulled the awesome play, or they got to play the awesome creature, or one in a very cool way. It attaches memories to the game, and it's a great game to be a part of. So, next pack, Shrapnel Slinger. Cruel Grimnarch. Let me know if you got any of those fun stories. Leave a comment down below. Eye of Malcator. Duelist of Deep Faith. Scythe Engulfer. Blade Graft Aspirant. Shieldred's Head Cleaver. Experimental Augury. Rust Vine Cultivator. Planar Disruption. Evolving Adaptive. Rebel Salvo. Atmosphere Surgeon. Skelv Defector Might. Alright, so this is 1 white for the 1/1. I've seen some videos on this, some talk about it. So it's a toxic 1. Legendary artifact creature, Phyrexian Might. Skelv can't block. You can pay a Phyrexian white mana and tap him. Choose another target creature you control. It gains toxic 1 and hexproof from the color and from that color until end of turn. It can't be blocked by creatures of that color this turn. So, very fun card. Can make one of your creatures unblockable and hexproof and give it toxic. So very fun 1 mana card. Not a lot of setup for this guy, and he can help you out a lot. And there's your Swamp Phyrexian. Not the Phyrexian lettering, but the Phyrexian Swamp, because we're here on Phyrexia. And then there's your Phyrexian Might. So that's a very fun card. White's been getting a lot of interesting style creatures in these last few sets. In this last year, I know they've been trying to kind of power up White in Eternal formats, and especially Commander. So let me know what your thought process is on that. Next pack here. Barbed Batterfist. Fleshless Gladiator. Meldweb Strider, vehicle in the set. Charge the Mites, modal card. Titanic Growth, classic reprint. Basilica Skullbomb, interesting artwork there. Plague Nurse. Dune Mover. Volshock Splitter. Necrosquito. Tamio's Immobilizer. Cankerbloom. Vran Executioner Thane. So 1 and a black for a 2/2. So this is the classic kind of Blood Artist effect. Legendary creature Phyrexian Vampire. Whenever 1 or more Other creatures you control die. Each opponent loses 2 life and you gain 2 life. This ability triggers only once each turn. So kind of that Blood Artist effect, but only triggers once. It's not crazy, but it's a 2/2 for 2. Legendary. You can make it your commander if you want to. If you want to make a whole deck around that kind of veto, that kind of stuff effect. Very fun. Oh, and then we got a foil rare. I got this in one of the pre-release kits. So Koth, Fire of Resistance, rare Planeswalker. Starts with 4 loyalty for 2 and 2 red. Search for a basic mountain. Reveal it, put it into your hand for +2. -3 deals damage to the number of mountains you can control. And then -7 whenever a mountain enters the battlefield, you get the emblem deals 4 damage to any target. So very cool. Oh, Phyrexian Force. So this is very cool again. I really like the look of the planes, but the Phyrexian style on these lands is very awesome. Rebel and Phyrexian Goblin card. So that's our first 2-sided token I think we've got. I've seen some prices on those being pretty high, the 2-sided specific tokens. Let me know what you do with your Magic cards. If you open a bomb card in the set, do you sell it and then hope to buy it back later, thinking it's going to go down in price? What's your plans for the set? It's very fun to open and explore that way too. Alright, first common. Gulping Scrap Trap. Glistener Seer. Charge of Mites again, modal card. Titanic Growth again. Combat Trick Pump card. Hazardous Blast. Vraska's Fall. Each opponent sacrifices a creature or planeswalker and gets a poison counter. Very good instant. Terramorphic Expanse again. Basilica Skullbomb again with that artwork. Pretty crazy. Plague Nurse again. Dune Mover. I've seen a lot of these repeats in the common slot. It's kind of crazy. Veil of Assimilation, sorry. Necrogen Rot Priest. Exuberant Fuseling. Skelv's Hive. So 1 and a white for a rare enchantment. At the beginning of your upkeep, you lose 1 life and create a 1/1 colorless Phyrexian Might artifact creature token with Toxic 1, and that this creature can't be blocked. And as long as an opponent has 3 or more poison counters, creatures you control with Toxic have lifelink. Great pairing up with the man himself in this pre-release kit. Might be hard not to do that. Let me know what you're thinking about this pre-release kit. And there's a regular full art land with a Phyrexian Beast token there in the back. So yeah, let me know what you're thinking about building in this pre-release kit. I mean, Skelv's Hive. We got a few rares in white. Maybe that's kind of the color I'll be leaning towards. Skelv, Deflector Might there. I'll have to check it out. I'm not as familiar. I like to go in sometimes a little bit blind on these, and I have been on this set. So let me know what you opened up in your pre-release kit or what you've opened up in some Phyrexia All Will Be One product, and let me know how you're doing. All right. Check out, subscribe. Check out some other videos on the channel of the pre-release kits and openings. Thanks.